So the amount of energy at fourth trophic level is 5 kilojoule in the given food chain. What will be the amount of energy at the second trophic level? So this one is the first trophic level, second trophic, third and fourth. So snake carry a 5 kilojoule, then what will be the energy at second trophic level? So as we know, according to 10% rule, only 10% of energy is transferred to the next level. So if 5 kilojoule at the fourth, then consider X at the third trophic level and Y at the second trophic level. So first of all, X is, what is the amount of X here? 10% of X is equal to 5 kilojoule because only 10% of it is transferred into it. From this we get the value of X, that is at this level the energy comes out to be 50 kilojoule. Now here I have opened it, that is kilojoule is converted into joule. You can also write it in kilojoule also. So it depends upon, but whatever you are writing must write the unit. If it is writing in kilojoule, then write kilojoule. If you are opening it, then write it in a joule form. Now Y is how much amount is transferred to the next level? 10% of Y. So 10% of Y is equal to X. So X we have find out 50 kilojoule. So 10% of Y will be 50 kilojoule. So Y comes out here to be 500 kilojoules. So energy at second trophic level is 500 kilojoule. So in all these type of question, always when we get energy from the sun, it is only 1% which is transferred, but at other levels, that is at first trophic level, second trophic level, only 10% of the energy is transferred. So we can calculate energy at any level by the back calculation or by the simple calculation. Next question, give reason why energy pyramid cannot be inverted. So the answer is, energy pyramid represent the amount of energy at each trophic level of the food chain. So these are the different trophic level and all are representing the amount of energy at each trophic level which goes on decreasing. It always upright because some amount of energy in the form of heat is always lost. As we know, initially only 10%, initially only 1%, and then the 10% of the energy is transferred to the next trophic level. So since it is always lost, so this cannot be inverted. Next, ozone is essential for our environment. Why? Ozone layer protects the all living organism from harmful UV rays, hence it is essential for our environment. Next is the assertion and reason question. Assertion is, aquarium needs to be cleaned regularly as compared to a natural lake. And reason, aquarium is an artificial ecosystem which lack natural recycling mechanism. So yes, both the statement are correct and this statement is the answer of this assertion. Next question, assertion is, decomposer help in maintaining the steady state of ecosystem. Yes, this is true statement. And reason, decomposer create a balance in environment by feeding on dead bodies of plants and animals. Reason is also correct and it is the explanation of the A part. Now next question, biomagnification is responsible for the entry of harmful chemicals in our body. And reason is, the percentage of chemicals vary greatly in a chain. So both the statement are correct, but this statement is not the reason of this assertion. So now option B will be there. That is, both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of the assertion. Now state any two problems caused by the non-biodegradable waste that we generate in our daily life. So the first point, non-biodegradable chemicals enter the food chain, biomagnify and affect the human being. And the second point, in form of pesticides, they affect the fertility of soil and reduce the quality of the crop. So these two are the major problems caused by the non-biodegradable waste that we generate in our daily life. Name the 3 R's to save environment and explain any one with the help of one example. Write in full form. So the answer is reduce, reuse, recycle, and you can explain any one with any example. For example, reduce the use of plastic bags, reuse your plastic bottles again and again, and when we create any decorative item from any waste material, it comes under the category of recycle. Consider the food chain grass, deer, loin. Identify the producer and the secondary consumer from the above chain. What will happen if all the loins are removed? And third, if all the deers in this ecosystem are killed, what will be the impact? In this food chain, grass is producer, deer is primary consumer, and the loin is the secondary consumer here. Now, if loin is removed, which is top in the food chain, then population of deers will increase, and because of increase in population of deer, there will be a shortage of food because grass is limited there. So, a ecological imbalance is created. And if all the deers in the ecosystem are killed, then loins with passage of time will die because of insufficient food supply, and here also ecological imbalance created. So in both the condition there is ecological imbalance.